Hey everyone, Creatively Cara here, and welcome to my creative journey. Today we're going to be setting up the month of November in your bullet journal. So if you like tea, make sure you grab yourself a nice hot cup of tea because we are going to be doodling some tea bags and teacups for my November theme today. The supplies I'll be using is largely some Tombow markers, and I also have some Staedtler markers and the gray Tombow marker. I actually did not use the yellow color. I figured I had the maroon and the dark blue that was enough for kind of contrasting colors. When it came to deciding how I wanted to doodle the teacups, I decided that I wanted to go for more of a simplistic approach and pretty much just use outlines. This did kind of make it look a little sloppy, especially since I was using the brush end of the Tombow marker, but I really like how it turned out, and I feel like it's pretty simple for you to replicate if you choose to use this theme in your own bullet journal. And if you do that, please make sure you tag me on Instagram at Creatively Cara. I'd love to see your recreations. All of the supplies that I'm using will be linked in the description box down below, just in case you want to see the exact colors I'm using for my Tombow markers, or if you are interested in any of the other items. The notebook I'm using is a Scribble Zip Matter. It's one of my favorites. It's 160 GSM. So again, I'll have that link down below as well. And I have an affiliate link as well where you can save 10% off of your purchase. So yeah, I really love the simplistic approach. I love this dark blue color and the maroon. I think they go so well together. And prepare yourself for a lot of tea puns because I figured with this theme it would go really well. On the left, we have the quote of "have a cup of positivity," which also right now, that's what we need. We need just some positivity right now. And thank you to everyone who did respond to my poll over on my YouTube community page. I really appreciate your support in responding to that. The tea theme did win. I really was actually interested in doing the vintage travel theme, but yeah, I'm actually really excited we did tea. Last year, I did a coffee stain theme, and it was probably one of my favorites out of my bullet journal last year. And I will link to that in the cards here in case you want to check that one out as well. Very relaxing theme to do for November. And I also posted a picture about my October theme on the Bullet Journal Junkies Facebook page. And I think that my theme in October would also be very good to use in November as well. So I will link that here too in case you want to give that one a look over. I really, really loved the muted colors that I used in that one. For my calendar here, I just wanted to do separate boxes, which is always a lot of work to do, but it ends up looking cool in the end. And I used the Staedtler brush marker to do the lettering for November. And I love the light pink and the maroon together. I also think it's super cute how I ended up turning that into sort of the tea bag string. When I created it, it just sort of popped into my head as something you could do, since a lot of times with lettering, you can swish the lettering down and over and all that good stuff. So yeah, really, really happy with how that turned out. Then I'm including my growth tracker here. I have my YouTube and Instagram. Those are the two social media that I post on the most. If you are not subscribed or following me there yet, I'd love to have you join me on this creative journey. I love sharing my artwork and my creations with you, and I always hope to inspire others as well with it. So I had some room at the bottom and I decided to add in just some teacups to fill in the space there a little bit. I think it's really simple how you can just use the one marker to outline the cups, have a color for the tea in the middle, and then a color for the tea bag string coming off. Super, super simple, and I can create a doodle tutorial on my teacups and tea bags if you guys would find that helpful. I typically like to post that over on my Instagram, so let me know in the comments below if you think that will be something you'd like to see. Now I'm including a memories page here, and I started doing this again, I think back in September was my first one, and I will share my September memories page with you because I do a little bit of creative journaling, and in October I'm excited because I'm going to turn it more into a vlog video a little bit. So not only do you get to see me make these memory pages, you'll be able to see a little bit of the live action video footage in a vlog format, and then me creating sort of this scrapbook page to reflect back on that. So I'm really excited to create this memories page for October, but I've been including it in my bullet journal as a way to essentially sort of scrapbook and just capture those key memories from the month. Now you'll notice that I'm jumping right into doing my weekly spread. I decided for the month of November that I have not been using my mood or habit tracker, and I'm tired of including it in my bullet journal when I don't use it. I'm so sorry for those of you who love to be able to include that in your bullet journal, but I just didn't want to do it this time around. But I am going to include in here 4 weekly spread ideas for you. So stay tuned, and this is where those puns come in. So the first one was very simple, just kind of had horizontal weeklies. Then this one, I actually did this style in October, and I really loved how the boxes kind of bounced and did this sort of like zigzaggy move. So I wanted to replicate that again in November, but changing it up a little bit. So there's lots of little space to add in some doodles or a quote. And I decided to use the maroon to kind of draw the initial box, and then I used that light pink to then sort of add an interior border as well as a thicker line for the header there. And then I did this stacking teacups. Now the top cup, please excuse that one, it looks a little wonky, but I wanted to do the stacking teacups. I almost thought about doing this on the cover page, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it, so we put it here instead. The pun we went with on this weekly spread is ready to party. It's not that funny, but we're going with it anyways. And then I just added a little bit of teacups on here as well, just to fill in those empty spaces. I wanted to use washi tape in this theme as well, but I pulled it out and I never ended up using it. So yeah, well, it happens. And then on this weekly theme, I'm using my quarter boxes. I really love the quarter boxes setup. It just gives you lots of space to write with, but you can still be super creative in how you then add the theme to this. So I added teacups kind of in the spaces first, and then I drew in my lines. Then when I got to the header portion, I decided to kind of make it like the top of the teacup. I don't know, it's not that fancy, but I was happy with how that turned out too. And sometimes when it comes to these quarter boxes, I sit and think, I don't know where I'm going to put the day of the week. So in this case, I just put it in the bottom left corner for the number. Now, when you do quarter boxes, you're going to have a little space left over because it technically creates 8 boxes. So I'll usually use that as a space for a quote or a doodle. In this case, I did a doodle. And for the shading, I just utilized the marker itself to kind of do one layer, and then the shading is me going over those with multiple layers. And this pun is your tea-rific. Yeah, I know. It's pretty bad. So I forgot to add in the tea bags on the last weekly spread, so I went back in and added that with the little heart details on there. And that was it. Now, this last weekly spread is going to have a teacup in the middle of the page. I do like doing this as a weekly spread as well because it kind of gives you almost this circular format with the doodle in the center of the page. And the pun on this one is chai there. I do love chai tea. It's very good. Let me know what your favorite kind of tea is in the comments below. Honestly, I probably would do iced chai tea, and I really like to do green tea. Green tea with lemon hot is one of my favorites, so that's a good one. So with this weekly spread, I just did 6 horizontal boxes and with the header on the outside, and then I combined the weekend on the bottom. Well, congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video, and we're now on to the flip through. So here's just a quick look at everything we created today. I hope you enjoyed this theme as much as I do. It's very simple, super easy to set up, and I can't wait to use it. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my video today. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, bye-bye!